Hi, it's Andrea Strang here at Gallery222. Sorry we started a little late, little technical problem. But I want to welcome everybody. For people who haven't been to the gallery, it's a 100-year-old home that I'm walking through. This is the part of the room that would be, say, the living room, just so you get a perspective. But right now we're in Joanne Mark's room. Her collection took her 3 years to create. She's a magnificent artist. It's an Asian theme, if you want to start with the food dogs. They are the Chinese guardian lion. And they usually see two of them at the front of a home. For those who don't know, Joanne is married and has been for 30 years, congratulations, to a man of Chinese American descent. And her in-laws really inspire her love for Asian art. And her daughter studies Mandarin and had a chance, they both traveled to Taiwan, to Thailand, to Vietnam. So that's where this collection really started, with her travels. They are so well done. So now these are called the Wang Ying. I probably butchered that, but so they are beautiful in person, I have to say. They are the protector. The top one is so beautiful. It just dances with light. So Joanne is just drew to her because of her confident, calm, wise look. I can see that. And this was done in Philadelphia, so you may have seen it. What I love about this piece is the mural behind. It's, I don't know if the video captures the depth, but it is something to look at. Really, really well done. This is very dramatic, this next piece. It's, I think it's the really dark background. It's just, it looks three-dimensional. And the detail of her headdress, stunning. These warriors, terracotta warriors, they are something to see. That's why I'm hoping that we are open at the end of the month, beginning of June, because there's really something to see in person, these pieces. Those who do not know the story, the history of the terracotta warriors, I think that Ben Franklin had an exhibit not too long ago. I think back in 2000 and maybe 2017, beginning of 2018. It a farmer in 1974 was digging a well for water and was digging and found these life-size soldiers and sculptures. They were said to protect the tomb of the emperor. The emperor back in like 200 BC. So if you're not familiar with this story, definitely Google it. Another food dog Chinese lion, very well done, very dramatic. I had that in the front window. Next piece, just, again, looks three-dimensional and so well done. Three years this took to put this collection together. I'm so glad she saved it for Gallery222. This wall has all the temples. I see Christy's watching. Hi, Christy. Hi, Amy. How are you? So I'm hoping, if it's allowed, by beginning of June, maybe Joanne can spend a Saturday here with this exhibit and really talk about her experiences. So I know a lot of people are fascinated with Asia. Unfortunately, I have never been. The architecture is just stunning. And these three temples. I should say that if you're not familiar with, you can buy online with Gallery222. That's been going really well, happy to say. Then I ship or I no contact delivery. So it's Gallery222Malvern.com, and then just look for the shop button and you'll scroll and find Joanne's work. We have one last piece. It's already sold, but it's a beauty. Next, we're going into Alicia, Asselta, her room. Now this is the part of the house that would be the dining room. You can picture it, the kitchen's there. Just to give you perspective, I have two pieces of Alicia's, and they're just, I love them. She has shown with us once before with a solo show, and she's done, I believe, 2 group shows. She's young and she's fun. Her work is so bold, very graphic, which I love. And if you have a spot in your home, one that you need a punch of color, or can, has distance Like where I have one of the pieces hanging is I have a 2-story family room, so I have it up off the balcony, and you can still see it. It still holds up visually. And they're just really, really well done. You know, a lot of homes are going monochromatic, so if you want to just punch up the decor, this is an easy way to do it. She has a cool perspective when she paints her flowers. And her colors are just very saturated. Almost like that piece almost looks like suede. We will be doing a table talk with her, not this Wednesday, the following Wednesday. And at 2 o'clock. So that should be fun. It's going to be a Zoom interview, and she can talk a lot about her process. Let's see. Oh, hi, Carol. Carol's on. Christy says gorgeous. Carol likes the orange. Oranges are amazing. They're just like very, you know, it's been, if you like pop art, even though this is fine art, but I just feel like there's a cool, hip angle to it. It's just a nice, it's just a really cool perspective. I love that. That would be great on a bookshelf by a bar. I just think that piece is fun. She named it The Cure. Wonder if it was really based on our times now, getting us through. Oh, I see, yes. Karen says a very contemporary feel, and that's exactly what it is. Contemporary, fresh, bold. And they're framed very well. I believe they're birch frames. They're floater frames. Or maple. They could be, they're a lighter wood. So it kind of disappears, which I love because she paints all the way to the edge. And then you have the Italian poppies right here. Everyone loves the Italian poppies. Her background colors are fabulous. Just feel like they're very well done. That's Alicia's room. Beautiful. So now we go into Wendy Prather Burwell. She had a very phenomenal morning yesterday. I don't know if you can tell, we're gonna scan everything. A lot sold, I have to say, online. I'm shipping all over the country. And these are just little gems. So I've had Wendy before, and she was one piece from selling out. So she has a very strong following, and you can see why. So I love her story. She took, and we're going to be talking with her next Wednesday at 2 o'clock. We're going to do a table talk, which is like a Zoom format, and it's going to be on our page, Gallery222 page. And she took a class, horticulture class, that parlayed into botanical illustration, and that's where her love started. She doesn't, spend a lot with florists or anything. She literally picks up sticks from her yard. Wendy does a great job of describing each piece. If you go on our website and you look at her work, if you click on, there are excerpts of her words about the painting. So this piece I love because I was not familiar with this plant. It's Philopendula. I probably said it wrong. And if you look that up, she captured the flowers so well because they literally are like fuzzy and hairy. And this was done so well. I think this was given to her by a friend from her garden. This I thought was an unusual way to draw or paint a pineapple. You'll see another pineapple painting soon, but she did the first one and then set it up and said, oh, maybe I'm going to paint this just like that. And it came out amazing. So this next one, Jack in the Pulpit, this is a plant that grows wild in her yard. I love the way she does her leaves. They're just light. And has so much texture. So she will talk more at the table talk about the backgrounds because if you notice the ones that we're doing now, they're more the lighter, and the dark backgrounds that we saw prior are more the traditional. So this is a change up, which I love both. I have a question from Susan. Does the photographer does she photograph the subject or work from life? She works from life. I have been to her studio many times, and you have to, she attaches hanging branches off of contraptions and has it come down over her, her board that's set up. She has really fun ways to secure the branches when she's working with a branch where it just literally hangs down. So she does by life. But we'll talk more next Wednesday at 2 o'clock, her process. So again, this is party oranges. She has the Latin term first, which I'm not going to try to attempt to say. And this, again, these three together I love. I love the white background like we talked briefly about. It's more of a fresh, classic, look. And I just love the way it dangles right into the frame. I should mention her frames are magnificent. She paints them herself. She has this really cool technique. Again, we'll talk more with her. But hanging the show was a breeze because everything looked so well together. So happy some people are tuning in. This is horse chestnuts. She picks them up. She tells a story how she grabs them from Germany, the first one she did, and she has a whole story with that we'll discuss. But her work is really exquisite. And if you can just do a quick one more walk around, because I know there's a lot of buyers maybe tuning in saying, I want to see my piece on the wall. If you know Wendy, she is a perfectionist, and I mean that in a very loving way. I have been to her studio on a few occasions, and I've looked at pieces, and she'll say, oh no, it's not done yet. And it looks fine to me. But she works on things and then goes back to it. I had a giggle. She dropped the pieces off, and she's like, I feel like I'm dropping my kids off at school, because they have been with her probably close to a year. She seems to work on a collection. She has a great video on her Instagram page. She did a whole quick look at her studio. And her studio's amazing, full of natural light, but the grounds are even more beautiful, and I think that's her inspiration, is what is outside her studio. Like I said, she picks up branches, and something I would look at and think, oh, all right, and she turns it into something amazing. So there's only, I believe, 4 left in this room. Oh, that's one of them. But I don't see that sticking around long. It truly was a frenzy yesterday morning online. I touched base with everybody who bought. A lot of times for the first time at Gallery222, so I appreciate you. I appreciate all my collectors, especially during this time. But it was some set their alarm for 6 o'clock in the morning to get up so they can purchase it. So, oh, I just got word. Here, show this one. Right here. This just sold. I wish I had a red dot. This sold. So 3 left. But I'm not surprised. Wendy is as nice as she is talented. All my 3 artists this month. Hopefully we'll get some foot traffic in if it's allowed. This is a great show. And I'm hoping you got the feel of it and the feel of the gallery. I just appreciate your support. I appreciate you tuning in, and just look for our table talk. We have table talk this Wednesday. I don't know my dates. This Wednesday's Wendy. Next Wednesday is Alicia, and then hopefully by then Joanne will be in the gallery in person, and we'll have everyone visit with her. So that's everything for now. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed the show.